AirPods 2 versus Knockies Aire 2. Let's do a little head-to-head. Hey there, friends on YouTube. My name is Jason, sometimes known as the JTL. This is Painfully Honest Tech. Tech so honest it hurts. If you've never been here before, thank you so much for stopping by. If you want to come back again, then you can like, subscribe, bell, notify, share this with your friends, all that kind of stuff, just so we can spread the painfully honest love. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back again. Let's get straight into the competition. Both of these connect to the iPhone with that little pop-up window thing that the AirPods usually pop up with. One of these sounds better than the other one. There are a lot of similarities between these two and a few differences, and we're going to go over that in this video. So first off, you tell me, which one is the AirPods 2? Which one is the Knockies Aire 2? It is very difficult to tell. The big difference is the AirPods 2 have a matte hinge and some of that, designed by Apple in California, made by Chinese labor things on the back here. The Knockies have the same button on the back. The hinge is not matte. It is shiny metal. Otherwise, visually, they look pretty much the same. I don't know exactly how the folks over at Knockies are doing this, but they have pretty much completely copied the AirPods down to the when you open them. Here, I'll show you. Watch this. It's crazy. How does it do that? I don't know. But yeah, pretty much down to that little open and it connects thing. I'm going to be honest. Like, I've been rocking, as they say, the AirPods 2 since they came out. My general feeling about AirPods is they're adequately adequate. They're not great at anything, but they're pretty good at everything. So it's good for most people. They don't sound terrible. They don't give you like that sort of shivery up your back thing when you hear something that sounds amazing. They don't isolate your ear. There's no noise isolation. They connect. They have good battery life, etc., etc. The only real difference that I can feel between the Knockies and the real AirPods 2 is the AirPods 2 are heavier. I don't know if that means they have a bigger battery or what, but they are heavier. And yes, a little bit more fit and finish. We've got nice lines everywhere here. The plastic is nice and even around the lid, all that kind of stuff. The Knockies are not quite as nice. You can see that there's a little bit of an edge here. The plastic of the case and of the pods themselves is not as high a quality. It feels a little bit cheaper, but comparing these to one another, I will say this. These are $69. These are $199. These, to my ears, these sound better than the AirPods 2. What do I mean by better? Better when it comes to headphones is somewhat subjective. However, there are some things that you can listen for to give yourself the opportunity to sort of make comparisons and give people an idea if what you're hearing is something that they would also like to hear. Does that make sense? Anyway, the AirPods have plenty full bass. I mean, there's bass to the AirPods. You might not think that there is, but the way that they're designed with this, some people might think that this doesn't have any purpose, this little stalk, but there's actually acoustic properties within this that give it better bass response, etc., etc. It was designed that way. They went to great lengths to try and figure out how the EarPods could sound better than the very first EarPods, and then they carried that design over to the AirPods. So the AirPods 2 have pretty decent bass. My one criticism of the AirPods 2 is that from the lower mid-range on down, it's a little less defined. So instead of, nice hard thumping bass, you hear sort of more of a muffled sort of poof, poof, poof. What the hell am I doing? It's not a very well defined, very tight sounding bass. It's there, and because it's fuller, it has more of that muffled sound. It would probably sound to most people a little bit better. The Knockies Aire 2, the bass is much better controlled. It's tighter. You can hear more between the frequencies from the lower mids all the way on down. And I find that to be more pleasing to my ear when listening. I have been using the Knockies, just going back and forth with the Knockies and the AirPods now for a couple of weeks. I took them both on my trip to New York City and used them interchangeably. New York City is the perfect place to use AirPods because you need to be able to hear what's going on around you in New York City, and these allow you to do that while still hearing the music. So everybody wears AirPods in New York City, and that's a good reason why. It might also be the crushing pressure of being socially accepted by everyone else. Maybe. At any rate, I like the sound of the Aire 2s better than the AirPods 2. Ease of use wise, I mean, they both work the same. They both have the same kinds of controls when you tap them and you do all that kind of stuff. They both have wireless charging. They both charge by lightning. The Aire once had USB-C, but they've gone to lightning so they could be more like the AirPods, I guess. I don't know. But they are very good in every way. They have all that functionality, and I haven't found it to be too finicky when compared to the AirPods themselves. I mean, any set of Bluetooth headphones can be a little bit finicky connecting to your devices or connecting to other devices when they're connected to another device. It can all be problematic, but I found these to be just as reliable as these in my use. So it comes down to this. The AirPods 2, they're well made. They're really a nice package. They're very, very good for what they are. An adequate headphone with lots of convenient features, right? And the Knockies Aire 2 are also all of these things. A slight hit down in the quality of materials. It's a little bit, it's not as good of materials as the AirPods 2, but in terms of function, in terms of performance, in terms of sound, it has all of the qualities that the AirPods 2 have, but yet costs $130 less. So you have to ask yourself, do you care more about the fact that you got Apple-made AirPods 2, or do you just want all the benefits of the AirPods with none of the exorbitant Apple pricing? I'll put a link to these down in the description below. You can go check them out for yourself. I mean, they seem to have sales all the time. Right now, they're going for $69.99 on the website. This is a good headphone for a reasonable price. This is a good headphone for a not as reasonable price. Do with that what you will. Anyway, thanks so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. If you have questions about the Aire 2s versus the AirPods 2, do let me know down in the comments as I will answer you as quickly as possible. And if you want to check the Aire 2s out, there is that link down in the comments section below. So do go and check them out. I want to thank Knockies for sending these over to me, for being patient while I got my review done. It's been crazy time, and I should have gotten it done sooner, but now it's here. So thank you very much to them for sending them over so I could check them out. Once again, if this is your first time here and you want to come back and be a part of the Painfully Honest ecosystem, then like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon so you'll always know when there's a new Painfully Honest Tech video, and please, regardless of who you are, share this video with others, because there might be other people who are looking for something like the AirPods 2, but don't maybe have the money to spend. And the Aire 2s are a great option for that. $69 versus $199. That's easy math. Once again, my name is Jason, sometimes known as the JTL. This is Painfully Honest Tech. Tech so honest it hurts. Until the next time, I'm out.